Hello traders, Gary Wagner here. It is 10:15 in Honolulu, 4:15 in New York on a Friday. Happy Aloha Friday, as we say on the islands. It is the 22nd day of August 2025, and this is the evening report for gold and silver, our weekend review. Gold futures rose as Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell effectively opened the door to a September interest rate cut and are now on track to end the week. Futures are up just over a full percent higher after trading broadly sideways in recent weeks. Powell's speech today at the Jackson Hole Financial Symposium took gold, silver, and U.S. equities sharply higher. Gold gained $33.70. That is a net increase of a full percentage point, taking the most active December futures contract to $3,417.20. Silver gained just over 2%, 2.05% to be exact. That is a net gain for September silver of 78 cents, taking a troy ounce to $38.88. U.S. equities were sharply higher across the board in all major indices. The NASDAQ 100 gained 1.55%. The Standard & Poor's Cash 500 also gained 1.52%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained a solid 2.26%. The major factor in today's solid gains in both gold and silver was U.S. dollar weakness. The dollar dropped by 0.95%. The dollar index is currently at 97.731. Traders, as you know, I have looked at the all-time record high when gold effectively broke well above 3,500, now referencing the August contract that completed a full motive phase, waves 1 through 5, and we entered some sort of a correction. We also can say that the correction was not a simple ABC correction, but rather a symmetrical triangle, which is typically composed of 5 waves, A through E. However, by doing that, we have one extra wave, the failure, or what we would typically see as the thrust, and then one corrective wave before this current rally. I believe that this current rally will break above resistance and trade as high as $3,680, and that is based upon measuring the length of the widest part of the symmetrical triangle here to here, starting from here and extending it as a one-to-one relationship, which simply means that I believe that the correction has concluded, and the lows that were made the other day and subsequent $33 rise that occurred at the bottom was the beginning of a new motive phase, waves 1 through 5, in which we are just in the first of 5 waves that will terminate just below $3,700 per ounce.
Silver futures had a very strong gain, a gain of 78 cents, just over 2%, and closed at $38.88. The percentage gain today closely mirrors the percentage gain over the week. Weekly, silver gained 86 cents or 2.26%. Even more noteworthy than silver's strong upside moves today is how it has behaved over the past 2 weeks when compared to gold. Usually, the two assets, besides moving in tandem, have other characteristics that are persistent historically, such as silver's relatively high volatility when compared to gold. Over the past 50 years, silver's daily volatility averaged 76% greater than gold's. However, in the past 2 weeks, not only has silver outperformed gold, but it has also been the more stable asset. When we compare silver's closing price 2 weeks ago on Friday the 8th to today's closing price, silver has gained roughly 30 cents in those 14 days. when we look at gold's performance over the past 2 weeks and compare its closing price on Friday the 8th to its closing price today, we see that gold has lost a little bit over 2% or $70. So, not only has silver and gold moved in opposite directions over these last 2 weeks, with silver actually gaining and gold losing ground, but also silver has remained not only more resilient, but more stable, with gold actually having more volatility than the silver markets, which is a very rare occurrence. One of the major causes for silver's outperformance today was the phenomenal upside moves across the board in all major U.S. indices. Both the Nasdaq Composite and the S&P 500 gained roughly 1.5% on the day. These are the largest single-day moves since April 9th. These major moves in U.S. equities are the direct result of renewed optimism for the Federal Reserve to cut rates in September. While a rate cut would benefit both gold and silver, it will have more of a bullish effect, I believe, on silver, seeing as it will increase the economy and the industry demand for silver as well. So I see silver likely to continue to outperform gold. One final thing, up on the screen we have spot silver, and today's move did break us out of our compressing range. So silver could easily make a new multi-year high sometime next week or next month.
This has been Gary Wagner
And Joseph Wagner.
wishing you as always good trading.
We'll talk to you on Monday for our next video report.
Bye-bye.